Today I'm going to, we are international and JP's going to take you somewhere international, but because we spoke a little bit about colonoscopies and things like that, I really wanted to give, you know, something related to that class. So today I'm going to make a pistachio crusted salmon, okay, with whole grain rice. I have a side of Brussels and then an avocado mousse. So I've washed my piece of salmon in lemon. That's why it's a little bit light. I've got an Alaskan salmon here I bought yesterday after work. So what we're going to do, we're going to put that on our baking, and we're going to preheat our oven to 375. I would cook this fish about 18 minutes. It's a pretty big piece. The internal temperature should be 145 degrees. I'm going to blot off all the wet from the salmon. Okay, so clean paper towel, get all the water out. I'll put that to the side. And I'm going to make a marinade for the fish. Okay, so we need a half a teaspoon of Dijon mustard. I've only got yellow mustard. I couldn't get the Dijon on time yesterday. So I'm just going to use regular mustard. Then I'm going to use 2 cloves of garlic. So I'm going to grate my garlic in there. Remember my little flat spoon there. These are really small cloves of garlic, so I'm probably going to do 3. Everyone loves garlic, and it's quite a big piece of fish. Okay, so that's the garlic in there with the mustard. Then we're going to do 1.5 tablespoons of olive oil. I have my olive oil here. I'm going to use a spoon because I couldn't find my measuring spoon this morning, so I'm going to do 3 of these. And then we have 2 teaspoons of honey or log cabin syrup. So I'm going to do a couple of these. Right. Right, I'm going to mix that all up. In here. We've got a nice, mix it all in. I'm going to salt and pepper our fish here. We're going to just put just so the marinade, just a little tiny splits, not huge, just so the marinade can get right inside there. And then we're going to spoon in a marinade right on the fish. That all covered nicely. Then we have some crushed pistachios here. I crushed them as much as I could, and we're just going to sprinkle them all on the top of the salmon. Okay. Just like that. Right, well, this goes in the oven, like I said, 375 degrees for about 18 minutes. And if you're using the fish should break easy, as you'll see at the end of when I show you the finished plate. What you should do is put the thermometer in the thickest part of the fish. So that should be reading 145 degrees. Okay, so that's your pistachio salmon, 375, 15 to 18 minutes or 145 degrees. Right, I'm going to put that one to the side.
Do you cover the salmon when you put it in the oven, or no?
I didn't, no. And it didn't burn, it was perfect. Right, so the other thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make an avocado mousse. It's the end of the session. So I was thinking, let's make a dessert. Alrighty, so we have some avocados here. I've washed the avocados. I'm just a sticker here, so I'll just pull that off. Not that it's going to affect us. We always have to pray that they're beautiful avocados. They have to be ripe. Beautiful. So we're going to get at least 2 avocados in the machine. In addition, we're going to use some almond milk. This is totally vegan. Okay, sweet almond milk. A couple of tablespoons of that in there. This is 1/4 cup measuring spoon. The recipe actually asks for 1/2 cup of cocoa powder. I thought it was very strong, so I'm just going to put just under that.
And that's unsweetened?
Unsweetened cocoa powder.
Right, okay.
And then we're going to use some honey. Again, you can use syrup if you don't use honey. We're going to use honey, a couple of tablespoons of honey. And then a pinch of salt. And then some vanilla extract. I'm going to blend that all together. I'm going to turn it a little bit with that spoon because we want to get everything really smooth in there. We've got pieces of avocado, but we want to make sure everything is smooth. A couple of goes. As you can see, you have a really nice smooth mousse. I could probably give it one more go, but I'll wait till after the class. JP's going, and I will show you the results. Also, we have whole grain rice, as part of our diet today. It's high in fiber, it's high levels of magnesium. Brussels are rich in antioxidants. We have a side of Brussels. We have our pistachio salmon all cooked. Okay. And you see how the fish breaks easy? When it starts separating and it's not, whole and it flakes easy, it's usually meant that it's cooked. But again, 145 degrees in the center of the fish. So the biggest part of the fish. This is our avocado mousses that we made, our chocolate mousse.
Oh, with some strawberries, yeah. Yeah,
with some nice cut of strawberries. And today I did a strawberry lemonade. It's the end of the class, so I was like, let's celebrate. Instead of having a water of the week, I did a strawberry lemonade. I put fresh strawberries, frozen strawberries, some lemon, and some sparkling water. So this week we've got strawberry lemonade as the water of the week. The benefits of the salmon has omega-3. It's rich in vitamins and minerals. It's good for the eye health, and apparently it slows down aging. So let's hope it slows down my aging today.
Everyone's aging, everyone. The neighbors, us, everyone. So a little part of the international also. We are going to do warm goat cheese salad. This is like a French recipe. Very simple, very spring-like. Actually, a lot of goat cheese, fresh goat cheese is done in the spring. I don't know if the special milk comes out better in the spring. So anyway, we're gonna see really simple and also lots of fiber in it for part of like the colon health for everyone. What do we have? Our veggies are gonna be some green beans. This already been blanched. Same thing with broccoli, some florets, and I had some cherry tomatoes, some red onion. Those are gonna be our greens for the day. Of course, some greens for salad, the base. And this is the goat cheese. This comes usually like that in a log. And you're gonna have it's a French salad. So it's like your French baguette or French bread. So let's begin with, so if you have a day-old bread, like it's even better, but it doesn't have to. Always for cutting this bread, use a serrated knife. It's much better. And actually it's better to cut it from the bottom. If you cut it from the top, it kind of like squishes it more. The bottom is more resistant. So you're gonna do a little, as you see, as an angle. we're gonna do our pieces. Little goes a long way. I like them thin. They're gonna get toasted, so you're gonna see that's the reason why it's called warm goat cheese salad. So let's go with that. And then let's bring my my goat cheese. So this comes in the logs like this. So you're just gonna grab knife and simple as it gets, just spread it. It's really almost like the consistency can be like cream cheese, if you see, very soft. And we repeat, and you're gonna do. So I kind of think about maybe 3 pieces per salad. If it's like you want a hearty salad, 3 pieces, it's good enough. And you don't have to do a lot. You know, a little goes a long way for our goat cheese. It's like a nice and tart. It's very simple. We're gonna do a very simple vinaigrette too, because you know we want the flavor of the goat cheese to really stand out in it. So that's our little so these ones you'll go and put them in an oven, or you can do it like at 300 for about maybe 10 minutes. You have to keep an eye on them. They're gonna get brown a little on the side and a little bit brown on the top, but you have to be careful because you know, they can turn from brown to black and charred quick. So keep an eye on them. You can broil them too. Obviously, you'll cut down time, maybe 5 minutes or so, broiling it on high. Put it in, just check it, take it out, and I'll show you in a minute. Well, what do we do with the rest of our ingredients? So I have my greens, and on this bowl, I'm going to put my, so I'm going to actually, to make them bite-sized, I'm going to cut my green beans also at an angle, just like that. Put them in my bowl. I'm gonna do a small portion right now. I can keep the ones for later. Then a couple of the broccoli florets. Also make sure they're kind of bite-sized pieces, just to make it nice, not for any other reason. If you want large pieces, have large pieces too, doesn't matter. And then, so a couple of these then tomatoes, cherry tomatoes. I always cut cherry tomatoes. I always sometimes have heard from customers pet peeves that people don't like to eat the whole tomato because it'll squirt out of your mouth. And it's true, it's happened to me, and it's not nice. It's better to just pre-cut them. It doesn't take much time. I have a little red onion. So actually a little goes a long way, and I do just a few thin slices. And these are all my veggies. You have carrots, add the carrots, break down the little slices of the onion. You have carrots, you add carrots, you add whatever you want extra. Now, another the vinaigrette, simple as it goes. For both of these, I'm going to add a little bit of salt in the greens and in the veggies, a little bit of pepper in the veggies and in the greens. And then this is the simple thing I want to do is a little bit of olive oil on both of them. I want to keep them, I don't mix them together only because I will just make it a little, you can mix it together. It's not that you don't have to. A little bit of vinegar. Usually like typical recipes have like a little less vinegar than oil. I mean, yeah. And then just with your hands, you can do a quick toss. This is a moment when you taste. And how do you taste? You taste with a little piece of lettuce. It looks good. Maybe just a little bit of salt. And there you have it. And now we're going to set it up. So, I mean, it could not be easier. Get your plate, get your greens. And also be delicate with your greens. Just grab them. Just put them. You get extra points if they're kind of like high up. You definitely don't want to squeeze them. Be gentle with your greens. And then you can hopefully add a little bit on. I like to add the veggies on top. In the winter, you can do exactly the same salad, and then you put beets, roasted beets in it. It's, you know, beets and goat cheese is a great typical or traditional combination.
That's my favorite. Goat cheese and beets
Yeah.
with avocado. Yeah.
And then I'm going to show you now in the oven. I put these. So see how they get a little brown on the side there, and just a little specks of color of the goat cheese like that. And that's all it is. So ideally, you have them right out of the oven. They're warm. And then just, I like to put, well, you know, the chefs have their particular, so they usually will do not even, so uneven amounts of these, either 2 or 5. I think 5 will be too much. And then that's it. This is how you serve it. You can put just a little bit more of pepper. And easy does it. This is like a great salad for you to have.
Ooh la la, that looks great.
Spring. You want to add some asparagus now that in the spring, add asparagus. So it's up to you too. But that's kind of like, yes, ooh la la.